They put incendiary devices into control boxes and cables at critical points on the high-speed network at junctions. That had the effect of, as you say, a very old-fashioned, like World War II resistance efforts to disrupt the train services. The government has said that this is not a cyber attack. They've been guarding against and trying to stop what they say are Russian cyber attacks for months now over the games. But this was physical and old-fashioned.
Well, let's turn our attention to what's going on in France today. You should be all getting excited, gearing up for the Paris Olympics and the opening ceremony tonight. But the high-speed rail network has been hit by vandalism, disrupting the transport system just as people are desperately trying to get across the country. As we go live now to our man in Paris, Charles Bremner, who can tell us exactly how bad it is. Morning, Charles.
Good morning, Matt.
So how bad is it?
It's pretty bad. The three out of the four high-speed rail networks were hit early this morning by saboteurs. They're not calling it vandals; they're calling it a massive sabotage, organized. They halted and now have severely disrupted all transport in and out of Paris on the high-speed train lines, including the Eurostar Channel Tunnel. The question is, who did this? Nobody's saying anything officially. Obviously, suspicion points at Russia because Russia has been trying to disrupt the games and life in France, but there's nothing that indicates so far that's them. There are also suggestions that it might be far-left French activists, these sort of militant anarchists, they're called breakers in French, so they're people who want to disturb life in France.
And I mean, to some extent, it feels like quite an old school approach. In 2024, when I first saw it, I thought it must be like some sort of cyber attack or something, bringing the train system to a halt. But it clearly takes a lot of people and a lot of organisation to do this this morning on such a big day.
Yeah, that's what makes people think that people who know the railway system very well might have been involved, because what happened was that they put incendiary devices into control boxes and cables at critical points on the high-speed network at junctions. That had the effect of, as you say, a very old-fashioned, like World War II resistance efforts to disrupt the train services. The government has said that this is not a cyber attack. They've been guarding against and trying to stop what they say are Russian cyber attacks for months now over the games. But this was physical and old-fashioned.
And what impact does this actually have on the Olympics themselves in terms of, I mean, whether it's fans or even athletes getting around the country?
So far, we don't know clearly what impact on the games it has, but 800,000 people have had their travel disrupted today. And of course, this is a very big departure on holidays day, as they say. Here, people are trying to get out of Paris before the Olympic Games in large numbers. And people are going on holiday on Fridays in July, and that is the main impact.
And in terms of the actual games getting underway tonight, what do we know? What can we expect from the opening ceremony?
Well, this is the very big extravaganza on the Seine. It's a very bold and ambitious opening ceremony of a kind there's never been before. There, of course, are huge security implications. The place has been locked down. The centre of Paris has been locked down now for about a week. The government is very nervous, but it should be very spectacular. There's going to be a lot of singing and dancing and music and light. And of course, the sad thing is that rain is now forecast, so somebody's got to rain on the parade.
And how have Parisians taken it? I mean, I'm conscious that they're not always the most cheerful at the best of times. Having great parts of the city locked down?
That has not pleased Parisians, as you say. They tend not to be the most positive and outgoing of people. It has disrupted life quite badly. In fact, for several weeks now. But in the last 10 days, in particular, it's really impossible to get around central Paris without a pass, a special police pass that you've got to have. So there've been queues at barriers, and of course, everybody complains about everything in Paris all the time. And I'm sure once the games start, there will be a lot of joy.
Yes, I'm sure there will be. Charles, always good to speak to you. Thanks so much for coming on the show today, but all the other times as well. Good to speak to you, Charles.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
SNCF prie tous les voyageurs qui en ont la possibilité de bien vouloir reporter leur juillet. Les perturbations continueront jusqu'au lundi 29 juillet.
Alors moi là, ça fait clairement, déjà mon train il était censé partir il y a environ 10 minutes là. Je vois qu'il y a des trains qui sont pas partis depuis 7h11. Je suppose que je vais aussi patienter pendant un bon 2 heures, ce qui est un peu insupportable. Mais bon, après j'aurais dû un peu m'en douter. Aujourd'hui c'est l'ouverture des JO. Donc c'est peut-être aussi un peu un manque d'intelligence de ma part. C'était un peu logique pour moi qu'il allait se passer un problème, mais bon, c'est comme ça, on est obligé de patienter. C'est vrai que c'est chiant, mais on fait comme ça, on fait avec. J'ai pas spécialement peur, mais c'est vrai que c'est quand même assez inquiétant. C'est très inquiétant. Là, ça se passe là sur les grandes lignes. J'espère qu'il va rien se passer, en tout cas sur Paris, pendant l'ouverture. Ça, par contre, ça m'inquiète effectivement. Ouais.
Non, c'est juste pénible en fait. Ça arrive un peu en France quand même, assez souvent. Donc c'est dommage pour aujourd'hui parce que c'est les JO en fait. Mais pour les touristes, pas très bien, mais bon, apparemment c'est un accident, un peu de vandalisme. Donc tout ça est orchestré. Bon, voilà, dommage. Après non, je pense que ça va être une belle soirée.
C'est Laura, L-A-U-R. Très bien. Ah ben c'est sûr que c'est pas voilà, hyper rassurant. Après bon, on reste confiant. C'est surtout qu'on se dit que voilà, tout va être après bloqué. Comment est-ce qu'on va faire pour pouvoir revenir? Enfin voilà. J'ai mon papa qui est en banlieue, on est venu le voir pour quelques jours. Donc voilà, comment faire après pour le rejoindre si jamais le train est supprimé? Enfin voilà, on s'adaptera.
C'est juste embêtant, mais en même temps c'était prévisible parce qu'ils ont déplacé tous les policiers à Paris. Donc il n'y avait plus personne pour surveiller ailleurs. Et en plus c'est sûr que ce soit à cause du changement de gouvernement ou à cause en général que personne aime spécialement ce qui a été fait pour les JO, c'était sûr qu'il allait y avoir des choses comme ça et c'est sûr qu'il va y en avoir encore.